Greetings, viewers at home. Welcome to Arise, a new perspective. My name is Patricia Ndaba, and I am your host for this show with an impact that will change your life. I would like to welcome you all and all our viewers that are watching from GNF TV, all our viewers that are on GNF TV YouTube channel, as well as GNF Ministries Facebook page. Please tune in and listen to this very important subject we are talking about today. We are talking about self-development. Why do we talk self-development? Why it's important to develop yourself? You have to develop yourself because if you do not develop yourself, you're going to remain behind. Things are going to come and go, and you'll find yourself in the same spot that you are in. So please tune in today in our GNF TV and join us while we are talking more about self-development. Today we have Mr. Mashavela, who is joining us. He's a corporate lawyer to talk more about self-development. Mr. Mashavela, welcome to the show.
Excited to be here to discuss such a very important subject. Thank you for the invite. Hello to the viewers.
Thank you. And to talk more about personal development, viewers, we are also joined in studio by Usis Liberato. She is a life coach. She is a performance management and organizational development specialist. Welcome to Arise, Sis Liberato.
Good morning, Sis Bet. Thank you for having me, and good morning to the viewers at home.
Thank you so much. Today we are talking personal development. Personal development is more, it's like a self-improvement. It is important to know where you are right now and where you want to go. Maybe you are seated there at home, you have lost enthusiasm. Maybe your energy level is sagging. Maybe you're just not sure what to do anymore. Maybe you've lost track of your life. Arise is here today to change your perspective on your personal growth and on your personal development. Mr. Mashavela, today we are talking personal development. How can you encourage a viewer at home who's seated with no goals, with no personal plan?
Suspect it all starts with understanding what your aspirations are. So you have to say, here I am, seated in whatever set of circumstances. I understand where I am, but much more importantly, there are aspirations that I have. I've got dreams that I would like to achieve. And you take that as your starting point to say, this is where I am. I may have been born into these circumstances, but I definitely don't have to die in them. You have to then go in and plan, put a plan together to say, what is it that you're going to do to go after your dreams? It's quite important, very critical. I cannot overemphasize this. And I'm not talking here just about someone who might be unemployed or not having any economic activity involvement, but I'm talking also about some of the people that might be employed, that might be involved in running personal businesses. There is still room for development for every one of us, regardless of your set of circumstances.
Thank you, Mr. Mashavela. What comes into my mind or what resonates with me, viewers at home, is that your circumstances does not define you. Whatever has happened yesterday, you have today to start afresh and anew. You might not change the beginning, but Mr. Mashavela, you can change the ending.
Definitely. It's in all our hands, and we've got all sorts of support. I mean, I'm sitting here, standing here rather, with life coaches to both my flanks. So you have resources, you have coaching which is being brought directly to your comfort of your private space, which you can now take this and say, this is how I will craft my own developmental path and make sure that I go after attainment of my own growth.
Thank you. Viewers at home, you are still on a rise. If you've missed the start of this episode, please tune in to our GNF TV. Follow us, like us on our Facebook page. Please tune in also on our GNF TV YouTube channel to catch up on this very important subject, to know more about your self-development, to know on the strategies that we are bringing to you today and the tools that we are bringing to you to change your life and change your circumstances, because we are saying today your circumstances does not define you. Sislerato, we have a viewer that's at home with a lack of energy. They just don't know what to do. They've tried everything and it's not working out. How can we encourage them talking about self-development?
So how we encourage viewers at home is it is always important for us to always reflect on our lives, as you've said it before, that we cannot do anything nor change our past, but we have a new leaf right now to open a new page, start writing our books the way that we want to write them according to our own lives. Obviously, how I write my book or what I want to be in my book, the chapters that I want to be reflected in my book would not be the same as my sibling. You know, even when we say "Sibantwana bomuntu, sibuya ekhaya eliwani," we grew up the same, we're given the same opportunities, but what God has bestowed upon us would not be the same. So it's upon us as individuals to sit back and say, "Lokhu uNkulunkulu angabele kona, how am I going to utilize that to write a story to tell about my life?" So we should not give people the liberty or an opportunity to tell ngempilo zethu, but it's upon us to say, this is Lerato and this is what I want people to know about me. If I have done 1, 2, 3, I would have lived my life fulfilling what God has bestowed upon me.
Wow, thank you. Viewers at home, Usis Lerato is actually touching on something very important about writing a story. What comes into my mind that as we walk, Sis Lerato, on this earth, you are a pen writing. Then my question to you viewers, what story are you writing about yourself? What do you want us to read as you are writing your story? Today we are talking personal development. We are saying everything has happened, but we're saying close the chapter and develop yourself. We're saying get up. We're saying arise. We're saying get up. We're saying emerge. We say be seen and start your life again. Mr. Mashabela, why personal development is important?
So the importance of just keeping to develop yourself is, first of all, that it assists you with self-awareness. You get to appreciate the limitations that you find yourself in, the imperfections that you could be living your life through. We all have developmental areas. Some of them we can do something about, others not so much. But you have now to be able to understand that where you can do something to change your circumstances, to change how you do things, you go in and you take responsibility and accountability of wanting to turn the corner on that. It's quite important that you do that. You could attain this really in the way of looking into your technical skills, but you could also look into acquisitions or acquiring of soft skills, the so-called human skills. This kind of skills, both technical and soft skills, enable us, all of us, to stay relevant to the world that we live in, to the world that we operate in. In your opening remarks, Sis Pat, you spoke about not being left behind. The world that we operate in, we like it or not, whether we do anything about it or not, is changing. So make sure that you remain relevant to the changing environments that we find ourselves in. Personal development has to be continuous.
Yes.
It must be undertaken on a continuous basis so that you remain relevant.
Thank you so much. Viewers at home, I'm not sure how relevant are you because times are changing. Technology is here to change things. It means we need to disrupt ourselves. We need to disrupt the way we do things. Let us go to the creation when God created us. Mr. Mashabela, God creates us. He says, I know the plans that I have for you is to prosper you and not to harm you. So my question to you, so why are you sitting there so hopeless, knowing that God is on your side, knowing that God created you for a purpose, knowing that God created you to prosper you and not to harm you? So today I'm saying we are going with God. You need to get up and change your situation.
Yeah.
Sister Rato, would you like to say something to our viewers today?
Definitely, let us disrupt ourselves. So when Mr. Mashabela is talking, then relating the importance of personal development to just like cell phones. You know, pre your 90s, at first we didn't have cell phones. We relied on the house phones as mode of communication. Life happened. We find ourselves using cell phones. It was big cell phones.
Yes.
There was a time when Nokia was the in thing. Now Steve Jobs came and disrupted the cell phone industry in 2000, in the 2000s, I think 5-7 there. First phone came, it's a smartphone. So now everyone is using a smartphone. So we must take our lives just like that. So I need to develop. I could have been an old, telecom line in Lini at that particular time, but how am I defining myself now? How am I disrupting myself in a process of me growing? It could be in skills, it could be, I was working, now I want to start a business, or whatever the case may be. But look at it from that perspective. I'm using cell phones because cell phones, it's what each and every person might have out there. It might not be the same phone that we have, but fact of the matter is we moved from a landline to having phones. We moved from having cell phones that were big to having smart cell phones. Now, smart cell phones, they come in all shapes and sizes. You've got the ones that flips and whatnot. So in that space as well, we see them coming in, year out. There's a updated version, even with the smartphones themselves. When they started, we had to put in probably our passcode. It was a pattern. Other phones, now you look at it, it opens up, it's even linked to your banking app and stuff like that. So the way that part has been disrupted and evolving, it's how we also have to ask ourselves, how are we aligning to these disruptions that are happening? How am I developing myself so that I align with what is out there?
Wow, that's so profound. Thank you, Sister Rato. Viewers at home, you are still on Arise. We are disrupting anything that is hindering with your progress today. We are disrupting the way you think. We are saying, change your mindset, change your thoughts, be positive. Yes, everything has happened, but namhlanje sizoti vuka mawulele ngoba uzosala. The country, the whole world is moving. Technology is here to take up the space. What are you doing for yourself? Mr. Mashabela, how do you know that you need self-development?
So we all need self-development. It has to start from there, and it can't be set in any other way. Self-development, as previously said, helps you and identify your own shortcomings, your own developmental areas, but it also makes you to be a bit more aware of the good things, the strong characters, strong qualities that you have. So you can't be shooting yourself down and saying, I don't have A, I don't have B, because each one of us have got talents that have been given to us from birth. So we have to take advantage of the talents that we have while being aware and not oblivious to the areas where we can do better in. I spoke previously about human skills or soft skills. Those are not the skills that are quite important because you've been certificated for them. No, these are the skills, for instance, being assertive, being a team player, of being able to work easier and better with people. These are the skills that are relevant in each and every setting of work. So it's quite important that you show up in a way that is aligned to this kind of expectations which the world of work generally would have of all of us. So we all need to have self-development. If you don't have, if you do not develop, you end up being left behind, and you could find yourself in a situation where you don't grow in your career. From entry point, it has just been forever that you've been in that position and you have not progressed in whichever way that you would be aspiring to be progressing. So it's quite important that we all take self-development seriously.
Thank you. Viewers at home today, we are here to redesign your life. We are talking self-development. We need to re-engage. You need to recommit whatever commitments you have made before and they've never worked. Today, it's your time again to recommit. We are here, we're saying reignite. You know, maybe you've lost your hope, but we are here today. Today is your show to reignite, to restart, to reset, to recommit and redesign your life. Sis Lerato, what are the benefits of self-development?
So the benefits of self-development, they would differ from one person to other, but the crux of it is if you are well developed, or if you have developed yourself, there would be levels of self-awareness that will be up, self-management. You are able how to manage your emotions when issues arise. If a person comes in and they are temperamental, they go loud, do you also go loud so that you are on that level, or do you come back, so you are able to even control your emotions. Another benefit is that you have spiritual growth. You can be saying, what, probably in my development I want to grow in the area of spirituality. How do you grow? Who am I partnering with? What are the relationships that I'm having with people? Am I having relationships with people that we will be speaking the word of God? So that would be you growing spiritually. It could also benefit you. I want to improve myself or develop myself in terms of my physical well-being. When we talk physical well-being, we're not only talking people losing weight, we're talking people taking care of themselves from within. What you eat, it will obviously also have certain benefits about your life. So those would be the benefits. Also, you would be looking into you being able to tap into the untapped potential. So because when you continue developing, you are obviously also continuing to know what you have, the potentials that you have, and you are able to tap into those because you are willing to learn, you are willing to develop. And also from people who are working, you are able to create that work-life balance, so those are the benefits that comes with a person who would have developed themselves or embarked on a journey of personal development.
Thank you. Viewers at home, we are embarking on a journey of personal development. Mr. Mashabela highlighted that personal development is a process. So it means you just have to know where you are now. So maybe if you have never done that, it's a time now to revisit that. Know where you are now. Know where you want to go and know the how part, Mr. Mashabela. How important is that, the how part? Knowing that I am here, I want to go there. But how do you get there?
So to you, Sespet and Cecilia Rato, you guys being qualified life coaches, these are the kind of challenges of life that you guys thrive in decoding. You debunk it, you call people, and you actually, to be clear, you don't necessarily have to know the sense of direction that you want to take. But having conversations, for instance, with a life coach could help you craft a proper direction or identify a direction that you would like to take your career or your life into. So it's important that you just keep close with people that are filled with positive mindset, because those people, this will be people that believe in you generally, but generally stay away as well from those that will come in and take away your positive energy. People who will keep highlighting and almost elevating to the highest level the difficulties that you have, the imperfections that you have, because behind each and every imperfection, there's a huge talent that lies in there. But some of the imperfections, as we have said, they actually can be attended to. The fact that you were born with a particular inability to do things does not mean you will remain imperfect in that sense. Having relationship with positive people, having a life coach will be quite a life-changing event.
Thank you so much. Viewers at home, Ubaba Mashabela is talking about the imperfections. We are all not perfect, and we can never be. But what I would like to say to you today, do not hold yourself hostage for all your mistakes. Do not live in regrets. Do not hold yourself hostage to anger, to bitterness of yesterday. And he's highlighting something very important, the associates, the people you hang around with. They have a huge impact in your personal development. So today, I would like to challenge each and every one of us and all our viewers at home. Check the people around you today and see if they are growing you or they are destroying you. Are they helping you to fly or are they helping you to crawl? So that is the message, viewers, today. Check the people around you. Check your associates. Because if they're helping you to crawl, then you need to change your associates. Because then it's time to change. I mean, sizalwa nabanye, sikhule nabanye, sihambe nabanye. So it's not a bad thing to change your associates. If people are draining you, are draining your energy level, you need to change them. Delete all the things that you don't need in your life, because if you are embarking on the journey of self-development, there are certain things that you need to delete, like your bad habits. Sis Lerato, in closing, how would you encourage, or what would you like to say to our viewers at home in respect to personal development?
So viewers at home, in respect to personal development, as a closure, is maybe just have a checklist of the things that might assist you in doing a personal development, even when you're at home. Look at issues like growing your mindset. What do you read? So issues of mental development, when in respect to personal development. What are you reading? Maybe wanting to learn a new language, strive to increase the productivity if you're at work. Issues of social development. We are social beings, whether we like it or not. So you would interact with people, but the people that you are interacting with, learn a new language, go out there and say, you know what, maybe I want to do public speaking, do things like that. We also spoke issues about spiritual being, grow your spirituality, very important. Do your devotions, read the Bible, meet up, interact with people, okonza nabo, that you can say, you know what, even after church, we can have conversations that will grow us spiritually. Look at issues of emotions. Emotions, one of the underrated thing when it comes to personal development, or as human beings, we like to say, let's not use emotions. Take care of your emotions, because if you don't take care of them, you'll see yourself, being seen as a person who's going to be taking a small issue and blow it out of proportion, but that's because you would not have taken care of your emotions. Very important. Let's take care of our emotions. Physical. I can't say it more than that. Physical development, important.
Yes.
Not talking issues of weight. I'm talking that taking care of yourself. You've got that constant headache that keeps on coming back. You're taking tablets, but you're not doing anything about it. Look into what the root causes are, and you deal with those things. Small things, so that you don't find yourself 10 years from now, you are suffering from something that could have prevented earlier on. So those are the things that when we say self-development at a high level, have a checklist and say, maybe I can do these things, these categories, and they will help you. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Mashalela, in closing, what would be your way of closing to our viewers at home?
A developing mind is an inquisitive mind.
Yes.
A developing mind remains positive. You become aware of yourself. You take good care of yourself. You make sure that you interact with people better. You interact with people a bit more positively. You remain relevant to the environment around you. Whatever the changes are, they will find you to still be relevant. The fact that you qualified so many years ago in whichever discipline should just be seen as really a continuation of learning. You don't have to go and enroll for a technical course. You can do a course around soft skill. You can have mere conversations with people who have been walking the path of life that you aspire to walk into. Take that and make sure that you remain relevant, because God wants you to keep developing.
Thank you. Viewers at home, today we are still talking personal development. In closing, I would like to say to you, it's never too late to press a reset button. At 20, at 40, at 60, keep on pressing that button. Keep on flying. You need to get up today, stand up and show up. It's never too late. And never blame yourself for anything that has happened in your life. But today you are given a chance to start afresh and to start anew. Thank you so much, viewers at home, for joining us. Please join again in our next episode. And I am your host, Patricia Ndaba. Please tune in onto our GNF TV. If you've missed the episode, please remember to tune in into our GNF YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page and follow us, and so that you can get more episodes that you've missed on. This is Arise, and a life-changing show that will change your story. Arise, a new perspective. Thank you.